What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel Basic Series Paige. Now, here we have Paige in the new WWE Basic style packaging. We do see a really lovely image of Paige here, which, in case you don't know, I really do love Paige a lot. It does say the name going down the side, as well as Divas at the bottom, and going across in the back. And really loving this packaging. I'm a little biased because it is red, and red is my favorite color. Recreate the action of the WWE. Other figures in this line include Daniel Bryan, Big Show, Ryback, Eric Rowan, Paige, and Finn Balor. Now, like I said with my other reviews featuring this box, they do show what brand they belong to. Kind of pointless because WWE isn't doing a brand splitting now, but that's not the point. The point is that we have the figure in hand, so what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get it open up, and then we'll go on to the rest of the review, so sit tight, everyone. And so here we have Paige posing out of the packaging. Now, before we get onto the figure, let's actually get a good 360 of her. Really surprised I was able to track this figure down. It was not an easy task for me, actually. I actually had to hit up, like, several different Walmarts just to find Paige, and luckily, my last stop proved fruitful. I just had to drive all the way to the other side of town. But anyway, like I said, here we have Paige, and I'm really excited I have this figure. She does have a few problems, and I'll get onto that more when we go more in depth into the figure. But overall, I just like this attire a little better. I do have one complaint, though, and let's actually bring out her Elite release so you can see what I'm talking about. And here we have Paige's original release next to her latest release, and if you can't spot any differences, then I'm going to point them out to you. First of all, she has more paint detail on her Elite release than she does her regular release, although she is missing the lipstick on this figure. And why don't we actually zoom in so you guys can see that? Let's actually get them standing up, and we'll go into that right now. So zooming in on the figure. Okay, let's raise the camera up just a teeny bit, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Her original release did have lipstick on, and this one doesn't, and it's really hard to tell, but they do both have the piercing painted on. This one also has more paint on the eyes. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. She actually has like eyeshadow and eyeliner, where she just has the really dark eyeshadow. And then we move on to the torso, which is the point of conflict with this figure. If you can recall my review for Elite Paige, she has an almost entirely new sculpt from the top, her midsection, and down. This Paige, however, does not. She is sporting that bikini top, which is painted, the Michelle McCool torso that's just painted. It's not really sculpted. The paint detail is there. You can see it looks like a zipper and the studs, where this one was actually painted and sculpted. And then we move on to her abdomen, which you can see is completely different. You can see hers actually has that line running down it in the middle. Hers does not. And a point of contention against this figure is, I'm pretty sure Mattel didn't think anybody would notice this, but their paint is sloppy on this figure. You can see right there that huge gap. And on this side, another huge gap. Mattel just needs to retire this mold. They don't even do a good job at it when they do it, but she only has the lower torso and down that is the Elite release. Other than that, it's the basic Diva that we get, and I don't like that. Another point of contention I have with this figure are the hands. In case you guys can't see that, the fingers are a different shade from the hand, or from her forearm, because it is a molded black plastic with painted fingers. I don't like the fact that they did that, because you can see on this hand some of the paint is thinning, and it just doesn't look right, actually. Looks sloppy, honestly, but at least she has the emblem on her hand. And because they did that, they really couldn't paint her nails. So like I said, missed opportunity here, and I was really looking forward to this Paige figure, but the more I look at it, the more I'm disappointed in it. Like, Mattel just dropped the ball with this figure. Like I said, from the waist up, why didn't they just take the time to resculpt a new torso for Paige, especially since the last Paige had a completely new body minus the arms? And yeah, I don't know what Mattel was thinking there. But anyway, let's actually move the camera back out so we can go on to her articulation. Is it just me, or are her arms also a different shade than her torso? I'm just noticing that on camera. It looks like her torso is a different shade from her arms and her body. Her legs seem to be the same shade as her torso. Am I imagining things? Are you guys seeing that too? I really hope I'm not imagining things. But anyway, going on to her articulation. She does have a ball-jointed head. She can look left and right. Can't really look up and down, but she does get a lot of side-to-side movement, especially because her hair doesn't come down. Arms on a ball joint, really stiff actually. They go out, do a full 360, spin at the bicep, single jointed in the elbow, spin at the wrist. She has that ab crunch, which just gives you a crunch, no side-to-side, well, really limited side-to-side movement. Waist swivel, legs go forward, back, and out. She spins at the thigh, single jointed in the knee, spins at the boot, and has an ankle hinge. So everything you expect from a Diva figure, which is pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get a pose for my final thoughts, then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. And so here we have Paige pose for my final thoughts. Overall, I'm kind of disappointed in this figure. They could have done so much better with her. The paint on her top is painted really nicely. That is until you get to her shoulders, where you can obviously see they phoned it in. I kind of feel like Mattel phoned this figure in. Like they didn't really put the effort into this figure. And I know a lot of people say, well, why don't you try to make your own figure? I made a Dean Ambrose. It's not easy. I understand that. But maybe they could have just reused this Paige and turned the attire black, and I probably would have been just as happy. But like I said, the fact that they reused this Michelle McCool mold and they continue to just paint everything in and not sculpt it, it's a little bit annoying, actually. I found my Paige at Walmart, which Walmart seems to be getting that big box of WWE figures. And like I said, I had to drive to several different Walmarts to find Paige, and luckily my last stop did prove fruitful. Then again, I did have to drive all the way out to almost the outskirts of town just to find this figure. If you can find her, and you're a Paige fan, I would say pick her up. Otherwise, you're probably better off just sticking with the Elite release. But it's entirely up to you if you want this figure. Like I said, she is a really nice figure. I just think they could have done more with her. Like I said, everything from the torso up I have a problem with, but the fact that they reused the Paige torso from her lower torso down, I'm okay with. But with that being said, you be the judge if you want this Paige. Like I said, I got her because I love Paige. But the figure is kind of a letdown to me. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like my channel, why don't you support me? Subscribe to my channel. Like this video. Tell me what you think of this figure. Do you like it? Am I being too harsh on it? Just let me know your opinions, guys. And this is King of Dragons 5000 saying I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.